Coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening at 7, government to expand mental health services through early intervention and community-based care. Public frustration mounts over government response in Venezuela after powerful earthquake leaves more than 1,000 dead and widespread destruction. Migrants rush to leave South Africa, fear of unrest as anti-immigrant deadline looms. And in sports, 11-member team to represent SVG at 2026 OECS Track and Field Championships. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening at 7.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Monday, June 29th, 2026. I am Twyla Thompson with the details. The government is placing renewed emphasis on improving mental health care with plans to expand services, promote early intervention, and improve conditions at mental health facilities across the country. Speaking at a recent news conference, Minister of Health Honorable Daniel Cummins said mental health illness is a treatable medical condition like any other illness and stressed the government's commitment to addressing mental health as a national priority. The minister said the Ministry of Health will launch a program in schools aimed at identifying children who display early signs of mental health challenges, allowing for timely intervention and support.
In other words, we believe in dealing with the problem at source. Just as we have given serious priority to primary health care, in other words, dealing with the issues before they reach to the stage where we're only keeping people alive by mechanisms. We want to do the same with mental health illness, to identify potentials and look at treatment regimes. To do this, therefore, we have to work in conjunction with the ministries of education. We have to do the necessary work with the legal affairs department and our own team.
Minister Cummins also announced plans to decentralize mental health care services. He said that for many years, the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center at Glen has functioned largely as a long-term care facility with limited resources to adequately support patients' recovery and reintegration into society.
We are taking mental health treatment throughout the country. Every community center, district hospital and clinic, so every community clinic, district hospital will have the staff, medical staff, including the nurses, trained to identify and treat people with mental health illness. Our new hospital will have a wing for acute care for mental health patients who need to be hospitalized and treated. I want to tell you that this is not something that just happened overnight. The staff in my ministry have been proposing this for quite some time. And I want to tell you that when I met with them and I threw out my own vision for how I see this, they were surprised at how that vision dovetailed exactly with theirs.
The health minister said he and members of his team have been visiting the healthcare facilities across the country, including the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center. He described the visit to the facility as one of the most difficult he has undertaken, citing the challenges posed by its deteriorating condition. Cummins said corrective measures have already begun, despite limited resources, to improve the environment for both patients and staff.
There have been a few incidents, my friends, where members of the judiciary have demonstrated a certain lack of understanding of mental health issues. I have been in dialogue with our Attorney General and intend to continue this discussion with key members of judiciary with a view to introducing dialogue and training in both directions. That is to say, for members of the team at mental health to have some understanding of how the law works as it relates to mental health patients. And very importantly, for members of the legal profession to have a better understanding of the issues associated with mental health illness. I am convinced from where I sit that there is a clear lack of understanding on both sides.
Opposition Senator Carlos James is defending the increase in the national debt under the former Unity Labour Party ULP administration. James said the ULP government secured finances at interest rates of between 1 to 2% and argued the borrowing was necessary to help the country recover from major challenges, including the last 2 volcanic eruptions and the COVID-19 pandemic.
We're not hiding a skirt in our responsibility as it relates to dealing with our people. Had we not done that, and the crisis we would have had, the social challenges we would have had within our country and our economy, you would have heard a different story. But the current administration, of course, every conversation you hear, the 1 point something billion in debt, and not recognizing that a lot of that went to the working people and sustaining our social fabric, ensuring the social protection measures were in place and dealing with reviving our economy and charting the way forward for economic growth at concessionary terms in terms of the borrowing. So we have to look at all of those things.
Senator James also accused the current administration of spending more than $2 million on human resource upgrades, vehicles and infrastructure, while at the same time criticizing the previous administration for leaving the country in a poor economic position.
At least when we borrowed the money, we put it in the hands of the working people. We ensured farmers and fisherfolk benefited. We ensured that we put the economy back on a steady footing, and we create the opportunity for growth and advancement of the working people. We didn't borrow to fix up the residence of the Prime Minister. We didn't borrow to enhance the fleet of the official vehicles of the Prime Minister and so on. And these are the things that we have to measure. And when you hear the statements about the debt and what the government left and the money in the treasury, let us be real and let us be honest with ourselves. You're seeing the spending, you're seeing the new hiring within the statutory bodies and within and mind you, those statutory bodies are not statutory institutions that are making a profit whereby they can pay for their own staffing. They do get a subvention from the treasury, from the government, unlike VINLEC and CWSA, which can of course hire and recruit persons because you pay directly to VINLEC and CWSA. You don't pay to Invest SVG, you don't pay to the Tourism Authority. What essentially is the government finance and support these statutory bodies. So the monies have to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And it is coming from, of course, either borrowing or through local loans or external loans or from taxes, which you, the Vincentian and Working Public, you contribute.
The curtain came down on Restaurant Week 2026 on Saturday evening with a closing ceremony at the Holiday Inn Express and Diamond. The week-long event, organized by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Hotel and Tourism Association, SVG-TV, showcased the island's culinary excellence under the theme, A Taste of Vinci. Addressing the closing ceremony, SVG-TV President Isola Giddens described this year's Restaurant Week as another successful event. She thanked her team, stakeholders, sponsors, participating restaurants, and everyone who supported this week's activities.
It shows you, what we can do with collaboration and to help boost the planning of our community tourism. Because this is what we are doing. We are building the community. We know the importance of agriculture, which is a significant component to the tourism industry, as well as our fishermen. Hence, we are encouraging our farmers to promote more local produce. With persons like Windblow, who manages around 300 farmers, I don't think we can ask for more than that. And what he's putting in place would be where he can designate and see, based on his input from us, the shortage time so persons can plant accordingly. We are looking for year-round crop. We are not looking where sometimes, as we have been in the past, we hear, oh, we run out of this, we don't have this, we don't have that. We are hoping that one day we can bridge that gap and be able to fill all of our guest needs.
Giddens encouraged hoteliers across St. Vincent and the Grenadines to support the SVG-TV's efforts to promote the use and consumption of locally grown produce. She also called on the corporate community to continue supporting the association to ensure the continued success of Restaurant Week.
Encouraging our visitors to eat what we grow. To our returning nationals, we encourage friends and families to visit often and indulge in what we have. We, as the SVG-TV, we are a non-profit organization. And for us to carry out events like this, we depend on sponsorship. It is important. When we look around and we see what is happening, and if the funding isn't there, then we may have to cut certain things, just to make it work. Therefore, we are calling on corporate St. Vincent and the Grenadines to align with us, see the importance of Restaurant Week, see the importance of local foods, see the importance of bringing more visitors to our island. What can be more better? Next year, we celebrate 50 years. We will be celebrating 50 years of Carnival. What can be more fitting? Come for food, stay for Carnival. Could be a tagline.
Giddens said planning is already underway for Restaurant Week 2027. Chairman of the Intermediate High School Alumni Association, Wayne Williams, has announced a week of activities to mark the school's 100th anniversary. Speaking on the milestone, Williams said celebrations are designed to commemorate the institution's rich history and its contribution to education over the past century, while bringing together alumni, students, staff, and the wider school community. Among the planned activities is a fundraising initiative later this year to enhance the school's music program.
It's celebrating 100 years this year, 100 years of existence. Third only to the boys' grammar school and the girls' high school. And last year, we had a series of activities. We'll be having a series of activities this year, both locally and in the diaspora. And one of those activities will be held in Florida on the 19th of September. It's a fundraiser that has been organized by Mr. Plumie Lewis and his management team. And the whole idea is to raise funds to help to enhance the music program at the intermediate high school with a vision of making it a holistic approach to music, whether it be the teaching of music, the back end, how to present yourself on stage, etc. And that is the main focus of the event in Florida, is to raise resources to enhance that program. Yeah. Music program at the school, but it's limited. It's limited in even the size of the music room. It's about 10 by 11, and we have already made the alumni, through its members, especially Mr. Lewis, have already made significant contribution towards that program.
Williams also underscored the importance of music education, noting that the music industry is one of the world's fastest growing sectors. He said the industry continues to demand skilled and qualified professionals.
Well, I think Plumie is an example of someone who benefited from his involvement in music and continues to do so. The entertainment industry is one of the fastest growing industry internationally, okay? But I believe, just like sports, we look at that industry in a limited way. And it goes beyond even being a performer. Management, being an engineer in a studio or for shows. So we want to offer, irrespective of what your interest is in the industry, in the music industry, we want to offer you a platform so you can get some knowledge of what exists or what's possible. So when you leave school, you could even go ahead and move forward and study music at a higher level, college, university.
Organizers are encouraging alumni, students, and members of the public to support the planned activities and contribute to initiatives that will benefit future generations of the intermediate high school. Nelson Block captures Junior Band of the Year 2026 Junior Carnival. This and other stories coming up when we return. Stay with us.
Welcome to C-Star.
Welcome to the upgraded C-Star Limited,
where we offer to almost all your household items.
They've expanded their range to sofas, dining and patio sets, beds and mattresses, wardrobes, kitchen cabinets, office furniture. That's just a few from the luxurious collection. Not forgetting their signature quality windows, doors, rails, and bathroom enclosures. Journey on up to C-Star, where their friendly sales clerk is happy to assist. C-Star Limited, where quality meets style.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home. Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day, because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
Welcome back. Nelson Block, with its presentation through the eyes of an artist with 438 points, captured the coveted Junior Band of the Year title at the 2026 Junior Carnival competition held on Saturday, June 27th. Blondie Bird and Friends, Lost in Paradise, came in second with 425 points, while Extreme Fanatics Mass Band with Spirit of the Caribbean Carnival with 420 points. The Lynx Mass Band finished third with All Aboard Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. Mirage Production with 371 points claimed fourth place with His Legacy. In the Best Junior Section category, Nelson Block won with Crayon Dreams. Blondie Bird and Friends placed second with Lost in Paradise, followed by Extreme Fanatics Mass Band with Vincy Mass, Hottest Carnival in the Caribbean, St. Vincent. Nelson Block secured fourth place with Sketchbook Rebels. The Junior King of Carnival title went to Caleb John of Nelson Block for his portrayal, Master of the Stroke. Kareem Samuel of Melbourne Artisans placed second with Panorama, while Josiah Baker of SVG Players International Mass finished third with Viral Kucha. Logan Gill of Extreme Fanatics Mass Band placed fourth with Spirit of Vincy Mass. The Junior Queen of Carnival crown was awarded to Alzine Niles of Nelson Block for her portrayal, Celestial Paradise. Kamara Stapleton of SVG Players International Mass Band placed second with Mama Kilia Moon, Goddess. Third, Aja Bros of Lynx Mass Band with Laundry Chores, the Jukin Board. And fourth place, Naya Saul of Melbourne Artisans with Queen of Carnival Pageant, 1951-1954. The individuals 5 to 9 category was won by Zayden Thomas of SVG Players International with the portrayal Inca Prince. The individuals 10 to 15 category was won by Trevista Cumberbatch of SVG Players International Mass with portrayal Inca Nobes in the Uptown competition. Blondie Bird and Friends emerged victorious with Motherland. SVG Players International placed second with A Glimpse of Brooklyn, while Melbourne Artisans finished third with Going Green, Reversing Climate Change. Lynx Mass Band placed fourth with All Aboard Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. As activities for Vincy Mass 2026 continue, members of the public are being urged to embrace the carnival spirit and support the country's festival. Vice President of the Carnival Bands Association Ali Cadogan, made the appeal during an interview with SVG-TV.
Chair, to my good chair, Gat Niles, I'd like to encourage persons to come out this year, please, you know what I mean? What we have not been seeing is that persons on the streets of Kingston enjoying our uniqueness of Vincy Mass. And what I would like to see happen is that they actually come out, and if you can come on, if you don't want to come on the street, go to Victoria Park. If you don't want to do it and you want to play mass, join one of the 14 registered mass bands. And I'm positive they can work out some form of deal or something with you in order for you to enjoy this aspect. Just don't lay back and then you say, oh, mass is dead and oh, people ain't doing nothing. The mass bands and mass members and band leaders are working to make sure this festival is a very good festival.
Cadogan also encouraged more people to participate by playing mass, joining a carnival band, or supporting the festival from the sidelines.
It's a costly festival, so don't wait until the last to step into a band and say, oh, give me a free mass. No, it costs between 10,000 to 20,000 to put a music truck on the road. That's just a music truck, right? It costs another 5,000 to 10,000 to put drinks on the road, to make sure that you are hydrated on the streets of Kingston and have a good time. It costs money. It costs us to actually produce these set of costumes because it's a cost to everything. So come into a mass band, make some arrangement with the band leaders to see how best you can actually work out a cost that you can afford and they can afford to let it go to, and join in the festival. If you can't afford that, find somewhere in the street to put your family, enjoy the festival while we parade on the street, and give us a round of applause or give us your criticism or give us something so that we can work on next year, which is our 50th anniversary, which is moving Vincy Mass from February to June, July.
Regional news is up next. Stay with us.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Shop with confidence at Courts. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Beautiful white and black sand beaches, lush mountains and valleys, rivers, hidden waterfalls, and multiple islands and islets. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are a friendly people, welcoming tourists from all over the world, with exotic boutique and luxury hotels, and a hospitable business environment. Let's make all tourists welcome at our international airport, on cruises, on yachts, on sailboats, on land and sea tours, at beach lines, at our restaurants, shops and bars, and at our national festivals. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, face it.
Welcome back. Frustration is growing in Venezuela following the devastating earthquakes, with many survivors criticizing the official response to the disaster. In several affected areas, families and volunteers are taking on rescue and relief efforts, filling gaps they say should have been left by government authorities. We hear more in this report.
4 days after the earthquake, many families are still waiting for answers. While rescue crews continue searching through the rubble, volunteers have become a vital link between emergency teams and relatives desperate for information. Among them is Maria Virginia Castro. She has spent days helping two sisters in Spain who have been trying to find out what happened to their mother, believed to be trapped beneath the rubble of this collapsed building in Caracas.
More than anything, it's the pain of losing a very dear friend while her daughters are far away, just like many other families who had loved ones inside the building. I know this firsthand because I've been in touch with people abroad.
As rescue operations continue, official information remains limited. Government authorities have released little information about ongoing rescue efforts or the identification of survivors, leaving many families searching for answers on their own. In response, volunteers and civil society groups have launched online initiatives where relatives can report missing loved ones, share information, and update the names of those who have been found or reunited with their families. For many, these citizen-led networks have become the fastest way to search for information.
When
the tragedy struck, we lost contact with our family in Merida State. Thank God we managed to get out in time, right in the middle of the earthquake.
For others, the waiting continues. As Venezuela enters the 4th day of this disaster, volunteers say they will continue answering messages, checking hospitals, and sharing information, hoping every update brings one more family closer to an answer.
4 days after the earthquake, the search is not only happening beneath collapsed buildings, it is also happening through phone calls, hospital records, and online networks created by volunteers trying to reconnect families separated by this disaster. Nori Soto, Al Jazeera, Caracas.
The international news is coming up next. Stay with us.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses.
Bowman's Pharmacy, why choose us? We have all the prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, personal care products, lowest price guaranteed. Located conveniently next to the Bank of SVG on Grenville Street. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Email us bowmanpharmacy@yahoo.com. Call us today at 456-2235 or 593-3918. Bowman's Pharmacy, easy to find and ready to serve you.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances.
TVs, fridges, cookers.
We make your life so easy.
Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store
that gives you the best hire purchase deals.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us with Singer.
Welcome back. On the international scene, thousands of migrants are scrambling to leave South Africa ahead of a June 30th deadline set by anti-immigrant groups demanding that undocumented foreigners leave the country. We hear more in this report.
The priority for many people here is to get onto a bus that will get them out of South Africa before the end of the month on Tuesday. That's the deadline anti-immigrant groups have set for all undocumented migrants to leave.
We are scared. Some of the local people are violent. They are killing people. I've seen people being beaten. I can't stay here.
Anti-foreigner groups say undocumented immigrants are taking jobs from South Africans. They also blame them for high crime rates. But in 2023, a National Statistics Office survey showed there were 3.1 million official migrants in South Africa, about 4.1% of the population. That's down from 5.6% a decade ago, and low by international standards. For comparison, in Britain, about 17% of the population are migrants, in Canada, 22%, and in Australia, 30%, according to UN data from 2024. There is no official figure of how many undocumented foreigners are in South Africa. More people are coming. This is another family who try and get out of South Africa as soon as possible. They're carrying the few belongings they've managed to take. They're joining a line of other Malawians, all who say they want to be out of this country by June 30. Some official migrants are worried about violent attacks, but say they have nowhere else to go. These people are refugees and asylum seekers. Many of them have been sleeping outside the Home Affairs office in Durban for weeks. Which apartment and what floor? And describe the place to me.
I was actually here and right on top there on the third floor.
Liane Sefu says she was suddenly told to leave her flat in April.
My landlord didn't want us anymore because we are foreigners, and he said he doesn't want any foreigners. Neither did he want to take my money, or neither did he wanted anything. He just had to pack anything of mine and have been thrown out.
As the June 30 gets closer, more buses of foreigners are preparing to leave South Africa, and officials say thousands of people from several African countries have already left. Harun Mutasa, Al Jazeera, Durban.
That's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
The weather report sponsored by General Hardware.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Present conditions: overcast, hazy, and breezy with light showers. Winds northeast at 24 kilometers per hour. Temperature 27 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 94%. Barometric pressure 13.5 millibars. 24-hour rainfall 4 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature 29.2 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 23.5 degrees Celsius. Sunset 6:35 p.m. Sunrise will be at 5:41 a.m. The forecast: mostly cloudy, slightly hazy, and breezy with showers and isolated thunderstorms. The synopsis: a tropical wave is crossing the islands.
The weather report was sponsored by General Hardware.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionsSVG.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
Good evening and welcome to the Evening Sports. I'm Triska Campbell. We hear that Team Athletics St. Vincent and the Grenadines has announced an 11-member team which will represent St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the 2026 OECS Track and Field Championships, set to be held in Bastes, St. Kitts and Nevis on July 4th and 5th at the Kim Collins National Stadium. The 11-member team includes 5 women and 6 men. The women are Tail Board in competing in the 100 meters as well as 200 meters. Rain Brown, 400-meter hurdles. Cassian John, 800 meters and mixed 4x400 relays. Zakisha Kelly in the mixed 4x400 meters relay, and Renisha Derek Bryan in the 100-meter hurdles. And the males are Makish Compton, 100 meters as well as 4x100 meters relay. Kyle Lawrence, 100 meters as well as 4x100 meters relay. Keo Davis in the 200 meters as well as 4x100 meter relay. AJ Delplush in the 200 meter along with the mixed 4x400 meters relay. Jamal Saunders in the 4x100 meters relay. Handel Robon in the 800 meters mixed 4x400 meter relay. Ramal James, long and triple jump, along with Javed Kato in the long and triple jump. Still in news here at home, the Division of Sports and Physical Activity within the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Creative Industries will commence a staff capacity building and training program called We Grow Together, beginning July 13th and running through August 21st, 2026 at the St. Vincent Grammar School. The program targets the division's sports coaches along with the newly appointed YES program interns. It will center around procedures to be executed while conducting physical education sessions at primary schools. There will also be focus on sports training basics for 7 sports which are part of the inter-school sports competitions, namely basketball, cricket, football, netball, table tennis, track and field, and volleyball. In some cricket news now, 300 test wickets for Kemar Roach as the West Indies wins the first test versus Sri Lanka within 4 days. We hear more in this report from TTT Sports' Wayne Cunningham.
300 test wickets for Kemar Roach as the West Indies wins the first test versus Sri Lanka within 4 days. Sri Lanka were at 15 for 1 and 303 runs adrift of the West Indies at the start of day 4 of the first test at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in North Sound, Antigua, and the bowlers came to the party after the heroics of Amir Jangu and Roston Chase on day 3. Sri Lanka never got a solid footing in the face of some accurate and devastating fast bowling by Kemar Roach, Jane Seals, Shamar Joseph, and Alzari Joseph, as they could only muster 101 before being all out before tea. The biggest resistance by the tourists came from Dinesh Chandimal, who top scored with 43. The only other batter in double figures was Sunai Dunsha on 12. The story of the day was that of veteran fast bowler Kemar Roach, who surpassed 300 test wickets with figures of 4 for 51 on the day. Support came from Jaden Seals with an impressive 3 for 14. Shamar Roach 2 for 19, and Azari Joseph 1 for 11 as the West Indies romped to victory in the first test against Sri Lanka by 217 runs. Amir Jangu, for his 233 in the first innings, was named player of the match as the Windies take a 1-0 lead in the two-match series. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.
And England women defeated New Zealand women by 9 wickets, which helped the West Indies women into a semi-final spot at the ICC T20 World Cup in England. The West Indies were stunned early in the day by Ireland, which then put their fate in the hands of England. Here's more in this report.
Let's set the stage first. The West Indies lost to Ireland by 1 run in a rain-affected match in Dublin earlier this month, but holds a dominant record against the Irish. Ireland were also winless at the ICC 20 World Cups, including this one until today in Bristol, while the Caribbean ladies won their first 3 matches in Group 2 before losing to host England in the last contest. Already eliminated, Ireland won the toss and sent the West Indies into bat and frustrated them somewhat, with Chanel Henry batting at number 6, top scoring with an unbeaten 27. Hayley Matthews added 22 and Deandra Dawson 21, as the Windies ladies posted a meager 128 for 7 in their 20 overs. Ireland's response was impressive, in particular that second wicket partnership between opener Amy Hunter and Ola Prendergrass, who got them from 26 for 1 to 88 for 2. Hunter made 28, and by the time Prendergrass was removed for 63, Ireland was standing on 108 for 3, eyeing the win. They eventually got to 129 for 4 in the 19th over to get the comfortable 6-wicket win at the City Ground. Prendergrass, with her match-winning knock of 63, which included 8 fours and 2 sixes, was named player of the match. Fortunately for the West Indies, England took care of challengers New Zealand, which saw the Caribbean ladies advance as the second team out of Group 2. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.
That's how we end sports this evening. I'm Triska Campbell. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They claim General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Welcome back. Now for a second look at the headlines. Government to expand mental health services through early intervention and community-based care. Public frustration mounts in Venezuela over government's response after powerful earthquakes leave more than 1,000 dead and widespread destruction. Migrants rush to leave South Africa, fear of unrest, and anti-immigrant deadline looms. And in sports, 11-member team to represent SVG at 2026 OECS Track and Fields Championships. Now for a recap of the weather forecast. Mostly cloudy, slightly hazy, and breezy with showers and isolated thunderstorms. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Twyla Thompson, inviting you to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also, check out SVG-TV's News in 15 weekdays at 12:45 p.m. Again, thanks for viewing and enjoy the rest of your evening.